as our subjective awareness of ourselves and environment. It is also called as the state of awareness. There are four states of consciousness. First, the normal waking consciousness. When we are conscious, we are aware of the sights and sounds of the outside world, of our feelings and our thoughts. While when a person is unconscious, he or she are not aware of these things. Therefore, to understand consciousness fully, we need to explore its many varieties and the condition under which they occur. Dreams are one of the most fascinating aspects of human consciousness.
Hey there, welcome to Life Noggin. For a lot of people, sleeping is a time of rest, and the most movement you do is the normal tossing and turning. But for others, sleep can be a time to aimlessly walk around the house, drive a car, or cook a meal, all without them being consciously aware. This is called sleepwalking, or somnambulism, and scientists are still trying to figure out exactly why it occurs. But what they do know is that it most frequently happens to children and occurs during the deepest stages of sleep, stages 3 and 4. This is your deepest sleep, where your brain waves are the slowest. In contrast, during REM sleep or rapid eye movement, your brain activity is much more active, and this is the stage in which most of your dreams occur. And to keep you from acting out those dreams, your body's muscles become temporarily paralyzed. So it makes sense that most sleepwalking occurs in the stage other than REM sleep, since you can't really walk around when your muscles are not able to move. And by the same logic, sleep talking also occurs mostly during deeper stages of sleep. Now, since the sleepwalker is in a deep stage of sleep, it will be quite difficult to wake them up. If you try, they'll be really confused about why they're not in bed. It's not dangerous to do this, but be prepared to explain the situation if you do. But with all that said, why does sleepwalking occur in the first place? Well, one hypothesis is that people rise from their beds when their brain attempts to go straight from non-REM sleep to being awake, rather than going through the rest of the sleep cycle. And it's thought that something triggered this transition. This is the part that scientists are still not sure on, but they have a few ideas. As mentioned before, sleepwalking mostly occurs in children, so some scientists think that children are more prone to sleepwalking because their brains aren't yet fully developed. It may be that all of the growth hormones are triggering the kid to rise, but it may also have to do with inhibitory neurotransmitters. See, there is a neurotransmitter called GABA that stifles the brain's motor system. For adults, this neurotransmitter usually does a good job to inhibit the body's motion, but for kids, the neurons that release that neurotransmitter aren't fully developed yet, so their motor systems may still be active. And voila, this can lead to the kid walking around their house in their sleep, or riding a skateboard juggling chainsaws wearing a top hat. I don't know. Now don't worry, children usually grow out of sleepwalking as they age and their brains fully develop. But if sleepwalking persists into adulthood, it may be linked to a mental disorder like alcoholism or clinical depression. Most of the time, it's not dangerous, but if it gets to be, you may want to seek out a doctor for help. So have you ever sleepwalked before? And if so, what did you end up doing?
Meditation is the several methods of focusing concentration away from thoughts and feelings, and generating a sense of relaxation.
For thousands of years, people have practiced meditation for spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being. But from a scientific perspective, how exactly does meditating affect your body? Does it really do anything? It all starts in the brain. During meditation, brain scans see increased activity in regions directly correlated with decreased anxiety and depression, along with increased pain tolerance. The default mode network, in particular, is activated when one's mind is at rest and not focusing on the outside world, and has been found to improve memory, self-awareness, and goal setting. Want to be more caring to your friends and family? When scientists compared the brains of Buddhist monks to new meditators, they found the region of the brain associated with empathy to be much more pronounced in the monks. It also literally changes your brain waves, drugs, and we can measure these frequencies. Meditators have higher levels of alpha waves, which have been shown to reduce feelings of negative mood, tension, sadness, and anger. And if that wasn't enough, it also physically changes our brain shape and size. Studies found that after 8 weeks of a meditation program, gray matter was more dense in areas associated with learning, memory processing, and emotion regulation. And yet the amygdala, which deals with stress, blood pressure, and fear, had decreased gray matter. When we look at the entire body, not only do we see decreased blood pressure, but it can also increase the variability of your heart rate. And while this may sound harmful, it actually plays a critical role in properly transporting oxygen and carbon dioxide throughout your body. Think you're getting sick? In a study where both meditators and non-meditators were given the flu virus, meditators were able to produce a greater number of antibodies and had increased immune function. If we go a little deeper, we can even see changes on a cellular level. Your chromosomes have protective protein complexes called telomeres, which help reduce damage to your DNA and lower cell death. And a shortened telomere length has been linked to several diseases such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and cancer. Amazingly, when cancer survivors completed a meditation program, their bodies showed significant increases in telomere length. It's believed that psychological intervention, particularly decreasing stress, has a direct effect on the enzyme telomerase, which has been shown to counteract shortening by adding DNA to the shrinking telomeres. Of course, meditation is not a substitute for other medical advice or a healthy lifestyle. We don't want you leaving this video thinking it will cure cancer. But much like hitting the gym can grow your muscles and increase your overall health, it seems that meditation may be a way of working out your brain with extra health benefits. And since your brain controls, well, all of you, why not relax and say, every once in a while.
Psychotic drugs is the various classes of drugs, including stimulants, depressants, and hallucinogens that alter conscious experience. Did you know? According to William James, he studied the conscious experience. He coined the phrase stream of consciousness as viewed consciousness as an ever-changing series of thoughts that can shift smoothly and effortlessly from one moment to the next, just like a water flowing is a stream. Now, can you define what is a state of consciousness?